Yeah. Yeah, no, there has been some blaspheming going on as of late, and frankly, I can't stand for it. Right? I'm talking there has been slander on people who hit full arm days. Right? I'm talking tries, buys, the works, and it's getting dogged on. And I can't sit on the sidelines and just take it. I gotta put my foot down here. Right? So this is my rebuttal. If you've never done dedicated arm days, at least on a reasonably consistent basis, and you're a push-pull legs purist, I would at least recommend you try it. Right? That's my point there. And let's say, you actually have done arm days before. It just doesn't click with you for whatever reason. Maybe you think it's a little boring. You're hitting muscle groups that are just too small. You want some bigger lifts when you come into the gym. So just sitting doing curls and push downs, it's not your style. That's different, right? But to just blatantly label them as, I don't know what the take is. So I'm asking genuinely, like, if you're an arm day hater, actually, this isn't a good sample size. If you're an arm day hater, you probably wouldn't watch an arm day. So I guess that doesn't. Well, if you know an arm day hater, what's their argument against it? What are these guys really saying? Where it's like, you're only getting buys and tries? Well, that's not a complete lift. I don't know, man. They're pretty prominent muscles on my build. I do want to make sure that they're hit with at least enough kind of intensity to warrant balancing out with the rest of them. And for me, arms need to come up. Relative to my back, yeah, a little bit relative to my back. Maybe a bit more accurately, I would say relative to my shoulders, because my shoulders are definitely my leading body part out of everything. Yeah, arms need to thicken up, which I have taken one reasonably big step to improve, which is changing my tricep training. I should probably just go back and get a clip of me doing push downs from 2 years ago and compare it to the push downs that I'm going to do today. They are going to look extremely different, especially with the rope. Frankly, I don't know what the hell I was doing before compared to now. I don't know. I still did light squeezing sets, but they were single arm, right? I was doing single arm push downs rather than just, squeezing with the rope. So that's a little bit of the explanation there. But no, it's just very different. Much more controlled, much more actual, methodical reps now, to the point where I really feel much more long head, all the way kind of around. You can throw some weight around and get a good pump, but real kind of I don't even know what the word I'm aiming for is. I guess you could say almost magnified and focused effort onto specific portions of some muscle groups is warranted, right? So I'm a bit trickier with my tricep training, whereas biceps, it's not as tricky in my mind. As long as I'm going hard enough curl-wise, be it heavy dumbbell, squeezing cable, squeezing dumbbell, heavy cable. There's a million different ways to do it. As long as my biceps are wrecked at the end of it and I know it, then that's usually it, right? So that's a good combination of heavy kind of nasty reps and some lighter squeezing, more torturous ones. But I think nothing else left to what's the word I'm thinking of? Nothing else left to talk about. Let's just get in there and make this shit happen. And I brought the measuring tape this time. Did not forget. All right. So I've got a plan for arms, and it is rather, precise. Definitely isn't the right word, but it's kind of a good combination. Because with arms, I think most guys will either do all of triceps followed by all of biceps, or tricep movement, bicep movement, back and forth, superset style. I'd say maybe I don't know. The superset style isn't as popular, I guess, but it's got to be close-ish. So I'm kind of doing the best of both worlds. So I'll do 3 sets of push downs, followed by 3 sets of some kind of curl. Move on to a new push down, 2 sets, 2 sets of curl, 1 set of a push down, 1 set of a curl, and then finishing with an instant superset of like no rest push downs into curls. And I'll do as many of those as necessary. But usually by the time I get to that 3, 2, 1, 7th finisher set, where it's a combination of both, that's really all I end up needing. So let's start with rope extensions with 170. Not insanely heavy, but heavy enough where I'm going to feel it. But with the rope, I mean, like I was saying in the car, I'm not just throwing this shit around, right? I really want to get a full stretch at the top and then have a hard squeeze and hold at the bottom. That's where the rope shines. Like if I want to do a nasty kind of pumpish set, I'm going to grab one of the like easy bars with the straight bar, right? But that's not what I want to start with. So let's just get arms moving. Okay. Oh, goodness. Whew. Yeah. 2 more of those. Same style, probably same weight, same everything. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. 1 more. And then I think I know what I want to start curls with too. And it's not going to be dumbbell, contrary to popular belief. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, let's start some curls. I mean, rope has been a perfect tricep starter. I'm sure it'll change eventually, but if it works, it works. Yeah, this will be perfect right here. So I gotta get a preacher bar too, so I can actually do like regular weighted preachers. But throwing a bench up like this in front of a cable, I mean, this is sweet. I'm really just recreating an old preacher curl machine that I used to love. I don't know what happened. I think somebody busted it. But not even that heavy. I mean, it's 60 pounds. That's lighter than the equivalent weight for each tricep I was doing with the rope pushdowns, right? So I'll say this again. I said this the last time I did arms here, but I think it's worth noting. I like this setup maybe a little more than a regular weighted preacher. And I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying sometimes it's just a little more preferable, right? But a lot of tension. I don't have to worry about balance. The cable's just pulling me right over here. And in doing so, I never feel any risk of hyperextension or like, bicep tearage. Because usually you're on a preacher, the weight is being pulled straight down by gravity. So even when you're at the bottom, there's still a lot of tension, which could be what you want, right? That's it's not a good or a bad thing. It's just how it is. So with the cable, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable going all the way down and completely relaxing my bicep between every rep, or at least, trying my best to. Because when you're doing like if I grabbed a 45 or something, which I might do after this, and sat here pumping out reps, there's no break in a sense, right? It's kind of all very constant. And again, it's not better or worse, but it is different, So let's say you've always done weighted preachers with like a preacher bar or a dumbbell, maybe trying something with a cable. Good way to change it up. But right side first. All right. Okay. Boy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. 2 more. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. 1 more. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's do some overhead tricep. Whew. Yeah, I think we're definitely close to the 20-inch pumped range, but we'll let the measuring tape decide. That's not for me to just guess. It is nice doing this and actually being able to see my reflection across the way. Yeah, that is definitely a boost. But light-ish, not even doing the whole stack this time. And I want these to be torturous, long and torturous reps. So what I mean is I'm going to kind of hang out at the stretch a bit longer than normal, because there's not much squeeze with this movement, right? Or if you've ever done overhead cable extensions, where it's very similar to this machine, you just put your butt up against the cable, kind of flip yourself around, and do the same thing. The stretch is nuts, but the squeeze, it's not so much. So that's the benefit of doing different movements. I got a crazy squeeze with those rope extensions, and now a much more stretch emphasized movement here, which for the long head of the triceps is something my training has been missing. If I get my music playing. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Woo. Yeah. Let's just do one of those. Let's move on to a regular push down. This will be a little pumpish. I'm not going to have an accentuated hold or squeeze. Really just full sack, hard push down to failure with some partials. It's hard to beat a basic set like this. Oh my God. Oh. Holy crap. Whew. That was good. Yeah. Shit. For a second I was about to say one more, but no. Now it's time for 2 sets of curls. Yeah. I think it's got to be... I know what it's going to be. You'll see, but I know. So I won't spoil it for you. Yeah. Let's do some biased. Some bicep biased underhand pull downs. You can essentially say the weighted chin up. And I'm trying to get my lats completely out of it and only pull my hands toward my shoulders with my biceps. So I mean, it's basically a curl. All I'm doing is this, but the loading is so different. It just feels kind of funky. Very good way to change it up if you haven't done this before. A little bit of an acquired taste though, so don't be like frustrated if you don't feel it right away. It took me a while. Come on. Okay. Holy crap. Whew. Yeah, one more of those. Squeeze on that is nuts. Very nice. And then just to finish your superset, and shit, man, that'll be it. I better grab the tape measure now so don't forget. Okay, goodness. Oh man, all right. Yeah, that's enough of that. So that's 5. Actually, wait, was that only 5? I don't know. Well, I forget, but I feel ready for this finisher push down set of curls. So whether the workout lost its plan, whatever, the pump and fatigue is there, so I think we're good. But I'll scoop back over this cable, and I think the finisher will go down right about here. So let me go grab the measuring tape in the meantime. So here is the freaking plan. 10 reps of push downs, 10 reps of curls, back and forth until arms are as close to jelly as I can get them. So the curls will definitely be lighter than the push downs. My buys are just not as strong as my triceps. I think that probably goes for everybody. But either way, let's go nuts here. A little heavier. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, this will be it. All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. Let's get these freaking lights off. All right. Let's not dilly-dally with any measuring first. Let's actually see how arms are looking. And frankly, well, we'll just let the numbers decide. But this feels like a personal record-breaking arm pump. And I think I would know, right? I'm the one who's kind of, had all the other ones before this. But let's run through some poses first, and then go for a measurement. Oh man. Oh goodness. Oh geez. Yeah. Arms are freaking pumped up. So let's get some actual data to describe just how pumped they really are. think the left side's bigger, so let's start with the small side. All right, so, oh shit. It's looking like 19 unflexed. Oh yeah, that's fair too. You really make sure. There's no point in getting like an extra inch on your arms if it's just because you're bullshitting your measurement. Oh. All right. Right. Nearly 20 and a half. Holy shit. And we're not even 2 months into this bulking phase. This is only month 1. I think I gotta set my sights higher. 20 inches was kind of like, yeah, 20. All right, now I think we're gonna see 21s, not even too freaking soon. But let's see the other side. All right, same thing. About 19 unflexed. Okay. Oh yeah, just about the exact freaking same. So, yeah, that is what we're aiming for. So yeah, it looks like now the next milestone is no longer 20-inch arm pump, or 20-inch arms pumped. Now it's freaking 21s, which that's going to take a while. Right? Every inch, every half inch, every centimeter, every whatever that you add to your arms gets incrementally more difficult to gain, because it's kind of an exponential type situation, right? Because to gain an inch from 21 inches to 22 inches, that's a lot of extra beef that has to be added all the way freaking around your arm. Whereas going from like, you know, what, like 15 to 16, not so much muscle, right? It's a little bit quicker of a result. But don't let any slowed metrics mess up your freaking mentality, right? It's a long game, so make sure you keep that long game mentality in your freaking noggin. But arms done. Let's put this freaking sweatshirt back on and get out of here. Good lift. All right. So as much hype as I was talking about a dedicated arm day, yeah, now it's kind of making me start to think maybe I got to change it up a touch. I have been doing the same loop for quite a freaking while. Legs, chest, back, arms, repeat. No need for shoulders for me because they're too freaking round. I want the roundness of my arms to match my shoulders so they can get a pause for the foreseeable future. But yeah, I think I might want to kind of change it up a touch, because my leg days are not just legs and then legs. I'm kind of doing more of like a hamstrings, like a heavy kind of higher volume hamstring day with no quads, and then the next leg day is quad focused with, you know, some hamstring, more so just for, you know, kind of warming up, because I can't do crazy quads twice a week. It's too much. It's too much fatigue and kind of just, I guess you could say, joint, not damage, but like joint fatigue too. Like I'll start to feel it in my knees, my ankles, my hips just a touch. Like there's a limit to how many times you can load hundreds of pounds onto your back or onto a leg press or something, and then, you know, come back fully rested. So, yeah, I think while I'm eating, I might take some time to brainstorm a different kind of, maybe a different kind of routine. Still, you know, hitting the primary factors of working out, every body part just about twice a week. But apart from that, I mean, you can change it up kind of however you want. You know, I mean, I've got workout splits written in old Google Drives where I did hamstrings with triceps, and I think quads with shoulders, and, you know, chest with biceps, you know, just random kind of combinations or whatever. And none of them are like inherently superior in any specific way. It's more so just kind of what you make of it, you know. So we'll see. I'll start doing some kind of maybe some different lifts. Oof, but no, I was up early today. That was good. I had to we had to, you know, let the guys in to be able to put the mirrors up this morning. So I've been awake for Not like a super long time. I mean, I wasn't up at 5, but I was up at 6:30, so that's good. I might go to bed before 10. Wouldn't that be a freaking sight? But either way, post-workout meal, I've got 5 pounds of ground beef cooked in a salad bowl waiting for me, and I'll probably pair that with some minute rice, some creamy buffalo dip as a, not dip, but like, you know, as just like a sauce, kind of all hodgepodge together, and then maybe some sunny side up eggs just for kicks. I haven't been doing my egg breakfast the last couple of days. I've just been going for the ground beef, keeping it a little bit simpler and quicker, but yeah, I miss those damn yellow yolks. So that's all I got. I will see you for, I think I've got hamstrings tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a bit more of a chill lift. Nothing too wild. RDLs, leg curls of a few varieties, and that'll be it. I might go to I'll probably go to a different gym. Goodness. Yeah, I'll probably go to a different gym too, because, you know, need some change of scenery as well. Plus, I don't have that seated leg curl yet, and I kind of want to make use of both seated and laying leg curls, especially, you know, if it's really going to be a hamstring focused lift, which I'm planning on it being. So I will see for that, and hopefully you did 30 minutes of a certain activity today. You know, I'm not going to force it upon you, but I mean, you know you should be doing it, and you know if you're not, well, yeesh, man, shame on freaking you. But you know, I'm not your dad, so do what you want. But I'll see you for hamstrings tomorrow.